Welcome back. I'm playing Warhammer 40,000 Gladius, and we are working on our Necron Impossible campaign. Last time we have finished the Chaos Forces and we're mopping up their neutral remnants of the army, because once you take out a faction, any units that are left then become neutral, which will then start attacking anybody that's in the territory and capturing back any resource nodes that are in the area. And as you can see here, we're also getting attacked, or we are also attacking the Space Marine army. And we also discovered where the Drukhari are located. So that's definitely a thing. And as hopefully we can take out these brass scorpions, and then we can start transitioning to killing the Tyranid forces, because we took out one of their low tier bases that they were trying to expand our way. And then this time we're attacking another base that's down there, so we kind of have a war started with two factions. Now I think the Tyranids might be fighting somebody else though, because they're kind of ignoring our forces a little bit. It's like they're kind of doing this will they won't they attack situation, because at one point in time they seemed to be coming at me and another time they didn't, so I don't know if there's another faction here or not. And then it's like I gotta finish these neutrals that are over there too. Because they keep trying to get past my army. And capturing those resource locations, which we do not want to happen. So it's like I kind of got put into this weird position here. And thankfully they're also harassing the Drukhari there too, so not only are they sitting there bypassing our guys, or, you know, trying to capture our resources, but they're also taking back the shrine from the Drukhari. Now they'll probably just come up and take it back, but... oh my god. See, it looks like they just made a new base right next to us here. Maybe I'll just run you down here and have you start harassing these guys. Get some increased armor. And the other big thing that we had that was successful last time is we were able to finally start to get some net positive resources so we could make armies again, and then we also expanded to forming a base next to the Tyranids there in the middle of the desert. So hopefully that'll allow us to expand and make a very energy intensive generating cities so we can pump out more units. But then I'm going to need to find a location where we can start generating a lot more ore, because that's going to be our issue, is the upkeep cost of these elite forces is very high. So we'll definitely kill the Space Marines here, because they only have one base, as those who are familiar with this game know. The only thing that worries me is once we take out the Space Marines, if the Space Marines and Drukhari are fighting each other, which I think they are, because the Drukhari forces seem to be going west. The question I have is what happens to the Drukhari forces once I kill them. Hopefully they won't run my way and start attacking me, because that would be pretty devastating. And again, I don't know if there's other forces north of us, since we've only made it halfway from the north-south part of the map, and about 70% of the way from west to east here. Now I did turn the game speed up a little bit just because it's getting to be so... the turns are taking so long at this point in the game when you're waiting for the AI to move, and that's because there's thousands of units moving around off screen, so it's like I just would like that to go a little bit quicker here. It's starting to get to a point where it's like a couple minutes every time you click end turn. And depending on what you're doing on your turn, you know, your turn may only be taking a couple minutes, and then you gotta wait a couple minutes for the enemy's turn. It's just like, that just seems to drag things out. Now, interestingly, they seem to be making tons of Primaris units here. So there goes the Space Marines. For a youthful race, their elite humans certainly have sophistication and power about them, or rather had. Perhaps a more in-depth examination of their ruined fortress monastery will give us some answers. So now all these guys are neutral, so I'll just have to start running around and killing these guys and hopefully get more resources and maybe even find some good cities that we can use. Because I would not mind getting another city generated, especially if there's some ore. I mean, this would be a nice place for more energy, but I don't know if I'm going to need necessarily more energy at this point in time. Especially with that new base that we have going, because we're making 200 a turn. Alright, this one's got to get loyalty up, so we'll just focus on that. And then I think we'll probably just focus on energy generation. Oops. And I suppose I can get a couple of monoliths just in case I need them for warping heroes around. Okay, here we go. You can see the border of another city here. So those look like Imperial Guard. So that must be who the Tyranids are fighting then. Yeah, that's very interesting how this has been on this playthrough here. Usually the factions that are right next to each other, the more they're together, the more aggressive they're fighting each other. But it just seems like every faction, they went one direction and then everybody else's bases are just right next to each other. Now you can see with these Primaris, I mean, this tank has tons of weapons, so it's great at killing infantry and, you know, high model units. But it's not great at taking out heavily armored units. I mean, it has the ability to. It has some powerful weapons, but it really excels at shooting down those. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening as they're fighting. The Tyranids are fighting the Imperial Guard. So I might be able to use that to my advantage to take out some of these cities over here. And I think we just got to start running these guys over this way. And trying to explore what we got going on over here. While we're pushing. Kind of interested that they have so many units going north here. That makes me wonder if there's not another base north here that they're fighting. Like, something's weird. I don't know why they're doing this. I would have thought they'd just be going to the east if they were fighting the Drukhari. So I wonder if there's some sort of different faction up here. I guess we haven't found the orcs yet. I wonder if that means the Drukhari are going to come over here and start fighting the Imperial Guard and Tyranids then too. Yeah, see, they're coming this way now. That could be a problem. the orcs are over here. Well, now I have no idea what those Space Marines were attacking on the other side, going to the north. Yeah, clearly the Tyranids are fighting the Imperial Guard. Oh, I wonder if the Imperial Guard are now getting attacked by the neutrals, the orcs, and the Tyranids. That would be a bad situation. In fact, I would imagine, if that is what's happening here, that the Imperial Guard are probably almost dead. Nope, okay, alright, so we just saw orange, so we know the Drukhari are over there. Alright, let's try to drop this down. So I wonder if the Drukhari then will fight the neutrals or whether they're going to be moving around. It looks like maybe they're coming to the east now. Yeah, I mean, I should be able to come up here and hopefully get a bunch of resources. I definitely need the resources to keep pushing my army here. And we've gotten to the state now where we just need to keep pushing things. I'm trying to get an idea of where everybody is. Yeah, you can see the Drukhari there. I kind of hate to waste your ultimate attack attacking those guys there. And he's only doing like 10 damage. Alright, let's get that influence going. And get you some more dormitories. And just trying to calculate how many population I need here for the city. We're getting pretty close to getting it maxed out. Yeah, this one is way above where it needs to be in terms of its population, so I'm actually suffering penalties on that city. In classic Space Marine fashion, they spammed heroes left and right there. Yeah, so somebody's fighting up here, obviously. Yeah, I wonder if I should be breaking off with these guys here and starting to go towards the Tyranid bases. Yeah, see now the Tyranids are trying to get around there and push out of their area. And we don't want that to happen. Let's have you use your little special attack there. Alright, city is down. And I think what I'm going to do is just run those guys over there to the shop. And that way, hopefully, we can get them some better items, which might make them more effective killers. Drukharo Weaponsmith was the word I was looking for. Alright, so the question is, what are my goals? I guess it's still focus on killing Tyranids. Hopefully that'll make the Drukhari and Imperial Guard and Orcs have a three-way battle. And then I can take the southern part of the map from the Tyranids, and then I can take the northern part of the map from the Space Marines. That'll increase our economy. And then maybe I want to start forming some bases on the east and north side to cut down the travel distance for my units, because with only 3 movement, it takes forever for our obelisks and Transcendent Catan to get over and get into combat. Yeah, see, now we're starting to get ourselves a little overwhelmed because I have just a small expeditionary force here. That is the downside to having my forces split up like this. Alright, let's try to get an idea of where the cutoffs are. Oh, that's a monolith, not an obelisk, obviously. And let's just make all those transcendent vaults or whatever, Tesseract vaults. I am definitely curious Alright, good. Get you over to here. Let's get you your other weapons here. Oops, I already had a Dusk Blade. Get you the Zope Coat to help with your heals. Alright, so... yeah, I'm still short. Now let's get some population and loyalty to help try to increase your growth rate. We are pushing up, which is nice. Clearing out those Space Marines. I'm not super happy with what I'm seeing starting to occur with these Tyranids, though. I think they're starting to push to the northwest. I'm not 100% sure what's accounting for that, since I shouldn't be obstructing the movement of the Imperial Guard there with how I have my forces. I mean, this would be a nice location too for another base. Up here in these craters are where a lot of ore is, but that's going to be too close to the Drukhari base, I think. Alright, so you now have all of your items. Let's run you over there. You can come over here. And let's get you the rest of your equipment. Maybe I can actually turn you into a decent fighter. I seem to remember, even with being kitted out, I was not super impressed with these guys, but let's see if anything has changed since the last time I did this. Alright, so we do have Drukhari. Okay, so the Drukhari forces are over here. Not super happy about that. The big thing is I just want to make sure they're not coming after me. Alright, so we've almost came all the way to the east here. We are getting close to being to the northern border. So this is looking pretty good. We're getting quite a bit of the map under our control here. I'm not really liking these Drukhari. I'm hoping they're gonna just keep going away from us and not coming to fight. Because all those damage reductions are what makes the Drukhari such a pain in the ass to kill, especially with forces that don't have a way of nullifying the damage reduction. Oh shit. There's a Drukhari base up north. I hope they don't have this whole side of the map under their control, or they're going to be very difficult to kill. This might actually be a big problem. I didn't realize the Drukhari were this strong. But I guess the Eldar were taken out pretty early, so that might have left them access to a lot of webway gates. Especially if nobody else is over here to stop them. Because I think the Space Marines were fighting the Necrons. And I don't know if there was another army over this way. But that would explain why the Space Marines are up here so much, is because there's all these... Because there's another base over here. So that would solve that mystery. Yeah, see, these are all... all Drukhari over here. I wonder if I shouldn't be pulling these guys back. Because I'm a little worried that I'm going to be interfering with the war and start aggroing them to come after me instead of fighting each other. Yeah, we got a 35 city here. Yeah, this could be problematic. And of course now I'm entering into the negative ore situation again, so I gotta wait a little bit. Yeah, it definitely seems like the Drukhari want to fight these neutrals off. And I'm guessing that means because they're probably because they're attacking the base and taking back their resources. Oh, I hope the Drukhari don't have bases all the way from this corner all the way to the east side. That's going to be such a pain in the ass if they do. Well, there goes the... That might be a problem too, because now I think they just took the Imperial Guard base down. So that might shift even more guys over my way. Well, I guess let's just keep... bringing these guys over. I'm trying to get an idea of the boundaries. Yeah, see, I think this is all buildings here. Yep, see, he's got guys all the way over here. So I think this is going to be our next area of battle then. Alright, well if this is the situation, then I may actually just want to focus down and try to kill this other Tyranid city while I'm down here. Especially if they're going to be attacking me on the west side here. Or east side. And while I wanted to get energy going there, I think I just need to focus on ore at this rate, unfortunately. Yeah, it certainly makes it look like they've got a whole wall of units here. That would be a good base location. Yeah, we're almost to the border there. I just don't know how many cities these Tyranids have. Yeah, they're clearly looking for a fight. Alright, we'll keep focusing on that city. Unfortunately, aircraft cannot capture resource nodes. Okay, here's our first Drukhari city. So I think we probably want to just come over here. Alright, well, I guess we'll move you up. Let's see here. I mean, I think we just have to go with the ore. Alright, we'll get some influence there. Maybe a couple turns where we're just focusing on getting more construction sites as we're waiting for our population to come up. That's a city with 53 population, which is quite a bit. Alright, well, it looks like we should be able to lock this down. I don't see enough Drukhari forces by this base, which should be good, because then hopefully I can just run over and kill it. Because the one good thing about the Drukhari is once you kill their bases, they can't make new ones. Unless there's other webway gates left, but by this late in the game, they should have either activated or they should all be destroyed. That's right, the Drukhari bases also have pretty decent damage reduction too, which makes them a little harder to kill. Alright, he's down. I wonder if I shouldn't just... I think I gotta just focus on some of these bases here. Because these guys are just pumping out units like crazy. And that's gonna overwhelm my units, because I have a very elite army going. Let's see, so we got 2. Let's get some population, because I've got 64 out of 67. We'll build that up, and that'll now be busy for a while. Let's just start getting some production there. Get some aircraft coming too, because we're going to need to get an army up to fight the Drukhari for sure. I think we just skipped the heroes at this point in time. Now, are the... Ooh, I don't like that. I think they realize I'm attacking them. And that must mean they either don't have a major force attacking them, that they're coming after me, or I'm just not doing enough damage. But I think what's happening is because I'm killing so many of their units as I'm coming up here, that it's making them calculate that I'm their greatest threat, so they're going to start attacking me. Yep, there goes the Imperial Guard. As predicted, these fleshy creations were no match for the Undying Metal. We rounded up all their units. Man, oh man. Oh, we're just short. I wonder if I could kill enough guys over here that maybe I could aggro them this way instead. And that would allow my base killing force to be able to keep pushing. Alright, I'll just run these guys down. Alright, another base is down for the Tyranids. Alright, keep getting that ore. Alright, Drukhari, what you gonna do? So we got Tyranids here, another Tyranid over here. Yeah, see, they're kind of coming my way while also fighting the Drukhari a little bit. Alright, there goes the Drukhari base. Yeah, those damn Tantalises are always a pain in the ass to kill. Alright, try to take out some Raider vehicles. Oh, shoot. I think there really is a Drukhari base along the whole side of the map here. This is going to be really bad if that's the case, because that's going to be very hard for me to get through. Alright, so that 41 base should almost be dead. Alright, well, I think I'm going to call quits here for the day. I hope you're enjoying these videos. If you are, please give my channel a like and subscribe. It encourages me to post more content for you. Have a great day.